Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Dropping knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. Dior, that's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you had a great day. Hey, man, more blood on the streets. Pulse Chain is an absolute shit show, but I'm still rocking the hat. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be here. I'm going to just hold my bags that I have. Just let the dust settle. I'm consolidated into the core coins over there. PTGC, UFO, a little bit of P-Tiger, some A1A, and then PulseX and EHEX. But today, some good news with EHEX and the hex ratio. I was looking at it earlier, and we are now like 2.5 to 1. So closing in on 2 to 1. So for everyone that listened back in 2024, when the ratio was 9 to 1, and then even at 6 to 1, you doubled your bag. But it's funny though, because I was looking at it at my post from years ago, and I reposted it, and the amount of dollars that I lost was a lot, but I substantially increased my bag. So I swapped 60,000 hex for 364,000 EHEX. Right now, that 364 gets you back 155,000. So you made almost 100,000 hex on that. But the USD value went from 1,500 to like 240. So I lost a couple $1,000 holding hex. But you know what? It is what it is. Like I sold stakes that came out in 2021. I got all my money back, and I'm free rolling now in hex. But the problem there now is with Staker app. That shit's frozen. And I think that's a huge problem. The fact that the app is literally not working. Staker.app. It doesn't work. I've had multiple people tell me they can't end a stake on here. So that sucks, man. Like I have 90% of my stakes are through Staker app. So if that doesn't get fixed, that really sucks. I think there's ways you can do it on Ethereum to end your stakes over there through Hex Scout, I believe. I'm not even sure. At this point, I'm not. It's like Hex is so freaking cheap. It's down to where $200 buys you what, $1,500. So at this point, I figure if I really need to, I'll just consider cut the losses with it if Staker don't work, and just buy some hex and just tuck it away. But at the end of the day, it's just not a good look, man. Not a good look, Pulse Chain. We're just shit in the bed. In the last 24 hours, let's see. Pippin is doing the best. I mean, a bunch of just nothing going on. Monero up a tiny bit. But this is nothing. We're going back lower for sure. Like this chart does not look bullish at all. Looking at Bitcoin here. You know, maybe we get a little tiny relief rally and then slam back down. But honestly, I want us to just do this. Boom, boom, boom. And just capitulate down to right here. 45, 44K at low. Yeah, 44. I think that's the number we go down to right here. And the faster, the better. I think it's going to coincide right with all this nonsense happening in geopolitically. And then we're going to get regulations right at the bottom. And I think that is going to be the catalyst that sends the market up. I just don't see us going into a massive bear market when the Fed is going to be printing an ungodly amount of money. But you never know. You never know, right? QUBIC dipping, the altcoins struggling, QMine down, GARTH down, everything not looking too good. But Pepe, I don't even know what that is. Haven't touched it. I'm just letting my coins sit. When shit's bad like this, don't go and mess around and try to swap for things and sell different coins and buy different stuff. Just hold the shit you got, relax. And as far as buying new stuff right now, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like certain coins, you can wait a couple weeks to see if they dip. But if you're trying to earn yield, like stuff with Phoenix DeFi Hub or Flare for the new vault with Firelight coming out, that's a little bit different. So if you're trying to put assets to work and build portfolios of yield bearing assets that pay you rewards daily, I'm trying to get to the point where all of my bags in Phoenix, in Flare, in Saucer Swap, everything combined pays me back enough to where I can live off of that. I mean, I'm like a 200x away from that, but we're at the bottom right now. So if you can start doubling bags, I just noticed it hard with Phoenix. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But getting yield every day and not having to use new capital to catch a falling knife with Stronghold and Velo, it's great. I'm just converting my rewards every day right into those new coins. So I don't have to add new fiat constantly. I can wait and just hold my cash and at the bottom jump in. You know, if you want to keep DCing in, that's fine. But if you know the market's going to dump right now, there's no point of buying. You know, no amount of yield is really worth it unless it's a long-term play. Like for me, Flare, I don't plan on ever touching my principal. It's a couple $1,000s right now. It's dipped down to. So if I can't afford to just say, let that go, I'm over leveraged. And that's the problem. People put too much in and they get emotionally tied to their bags. If you put in what you can afford to say, yup, I bought that bag, I can let it just go to zero. That's what you need to do. And then there's no stress. And I think Flare is going to unlock so much value. We haven't even scratched the surface with DeFi yet, with borrowing and lending and the power of instant settlement. Like until the regulations come, I don't think the new killer apps are going to come. So we got a couple months of just nothing. Like this sucks. This is the time where people start capitulating. You see the fighting all over the place in all the communities, but they're bottom signals. And for Sologenics, guys, if you hold Solo after the migration from Solo, and if you hold Corium and you have it in your Leap wallet or you're staked, it automatically is going to convert. I don't know if hardware wallets, you need to look into that. If you're holding it on a Ledger or a Decent wallet or something, I'm not sure if it's going to automatically convert. But after the conversion, the coins are going to trade, but there's going to be very, very little liquidity. So I got out of my Solo 100% at 11 cents, like was it a couple weeks ago on this pump here? Yeah, around like the 9th, like right here, or 10th-ish. I got out because I realized they're migrating into one token. I don't need exposure to both of them anymore. So I put my Solo coins all into more Flare, more Phoenix, and more XRP for Firelight. And then my Corium will transition over, and I'm going to that'll be my my bag of the new TX coin. So I think people now are dumping it down that are panicking. They don't care about the migration. They're just extracting as much as they can right now. Or the whales are selling it down hard, and then they're going to accumulate it right before it happens. So I don't know if they're going to, the liquidity, I don't know what it's going to be set at, because if this drops down to a penny or something, when they combine the two, They're going to have to put decent liquidity. So people are saying it's going to trade at the same price. I don't think it's going to do that. I think there'll be a different price. It'll be a set price. I'm hoping at like at least 5 cents, but we'll see. It was a free airdrop that we've been holding on to for years. What up, Camo Joe? That's bang bang. But yeah, we are gonna make it for show. The only new coin I'm adding is Zcash, slowly DCAing in. Interesting. Goos love going with the Zcash. Zach XBT. Guys, the industry is waiting for this. Is it going to be Jane Street? Is it going to be Binance? Is it going to be, who was it? Altera, Meteora. Pump.fun. Well, guys, we will figure it out in 2 days from now. Zach's in major investigation, and he's hope it's not underwhelming. No way I can anticipate a simple teaser would receive 5.5 million views and 20,000 likes. Well, now you're at 8 million views and 26K. So you got some pressure, bro. This better be big. You better do some exposing, Zach. It's some bad news for all you Solana fans out there. I've been trying to warn you, stay away from Solana. If my dumbass could figure out they lied about the market cap and the supply right at launch for months, and then they were like, oh, yeah, there are extra coins. You know, screw you. The wash trading, the pump and dumps, it was blatant. And for Raoul Paul and Crypto Banter to allegedly miss all this and still be shilling it, it's like shame on you guys. And now Step Finance to wind down weeks after a $29 million hack. Solana-based DeFi projects, Step, Solana Floor, and Remora are shutting down. A January hack drained $29 million, triggering a 96% collapse in the Step token. What a shame. So 3 projects on Solana down the drain. We're working on a buyback for Step holders. So you're going to lose 90%. I've never even heard of these. So hopefully none of you guys ever touch that junk. But more bad news in the Solana ecosystem. When it rains, I guess it pours. And shout out to Pulse Rising. Sent me this over earlier. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is planning a second stablecoin with a comeback in the second half of this year. Meta sent out a request to third-party firms to help administer stablecoin-based payments, according to sources. Stripe was mentioned as one source as a likely candidate for piloting Meta's stablecoin. They famously tried to introduce Libra, later renamed DM, only to be shut down amid regulatory scrutiny. So there's rumors that they're going to be using Ripple's infrastructure. I don't know if it's true or not, but only time will tell. Meta is aiming to enter the stablecoin space later this year, pending successful integration with a third-party firm to facilitate payments using dollar peg technology. Meta's planning to integrate a vendor to help administer the payments and implement a new wallet. A second person said Meta has sent out the RFP. Meta introducing stablecoins will let it open payment rails to its massive user base while bypassing expensive traditional banking fees and potentially position it as a global leader in social commerce and cross-border remittances. Like, this will be huge for marketplace too, I think. Or if you could pay instantly through there, and if you go pick the item up, it just make it way better. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll keep an eye out on it. Trump's White House has one view of crypto. His family has another. World Liberty Fi is backing Coinbase on the crypto market structure bill debate, even as the White House criticizes the company. So I think this is going to be a problem. I think Trump is going too hard with the scams and just grift. Like, clearly he's not involved with any of it. I would say it's more his sons, but he's just giving the Democrats all this ammo to come after crypto with and say, you know what, he's making all this money. We need to ban all this shit. So I don't like what's going on here, but hopefully regulations pass and there's nothing that anyone can do. As the crypto industry's most coveted piece of legislation stalls in Congress, the Trump administration has pursued aggressive tactics to try and get the bill back on track by appearing to take shots at Coinbase, the industry giant that walked away from the bill last month. In the recent weeks, Scott Bessent has repeatedly denigrated Brian Armstrong and other executives who say crypto market structure bill should be rejected if its terms are non-ideal. I mean, guys, this is ridiculous. All these guys are fighting. Everyone wants a piece of the pie. And we're going to see what happens. During an onstage interview at the World Liberty Forum about how Coinbase has navigated the bill process, Witkoff could hardly have been more supportive. We're super aligned. So Steve Witkoff is there, but Bessent isn't. And they're all Trump's guys. So it's a bunch of just political theater. And this is the perfect time to just step back and start doing research and just looking at projects that you were thinking about accumulating or that maybe weren't on your radar. GU is buying Zcash right down here. Something else to look at right now that is on my radar is Quant down here. I remember back in like 2022 or 2023 screaming about Quant when it was $45. And now it's going to come all the way back. I never would have thought we'd have this chance again. Right here in 2022, down to $44. And then again, we got $65, and now we're breaking, or no, it hit 56 on February 5th. Damn. So we could come down again to like a $45 or $50 quant. Now that to me, there's only 14.8 million. It's more scarce than Bitcoin. So to scoop some of these up at $45, $50, and that's one that is on my radar. And follow Tokenizer on Twitter. He's awesome with the quant research. And if you just pay attention over the years, Quant has been at every piece of innovation across the UK's transformation to digital finance. Project Rosalind for retail payment infrastructure, the UK regulated liability network, which is the shared ledger, the GBTD tokenized UK sterling deposits, the Bank of England Sync Lab, where they orchestrate money and infrastructure. The UK's choice for DLT infrastructure across governments and enterprises was set in stone long ago. We're watching it play out in real time. I completely agree. Go back and look at Gilbert Verdian, where he used to work and who he's friends with and who he's aligned with. None of this stuff is accidental, guys. None of it. And Mind Crypto is another really good account to follow for Stronghold and Quant. Quant could emerge as one of the foundational gatekeepers in the AI plus blockchain convergence, turning the internet of trust from a marketing slogan to actual reality. And Stronghold too. They've been consistently building. They're at DC Blockchain Summit in March. So I'm sure there'll be some more announcements coming out. And it's like, we get more and more and more bullish because the building doesn't stop with certain projects, but the price just doesn't reflect it. But it's all right, guys. They let people fade away, not believe, sell their bags, because in 4 or 5 years maximum, we're going to be proven right with all this shit. A few projects have flaked out. Obviously, we're not going to get all the altcoins right. But for the most part, the key players, we've been spot on. Even with Hedera and DOVU. How long have we been talking about DOVU for? For years. And now DOVU is 15%. On February 21st, 15.45% of the total HTS transactions on the Hedera mainnet were DOVU. And the stuff they're doing now with carbon credits and the $1 billion worth that they have on the blockchain it's only going to grow and grow and grow. And as more of this shit goes crazy in Europe with the carbon credits and around the world, these guys are at the forefront of it. And I don't see anyone else that is even competing at this level. So could this be a huge thing? Maybe, maybe not. But the point is the infrastructure that Hedera provides, it's the only place that they could even run this stuff on. So if this doesn't survive, there's the next generation of Web3 that comes after like legislation. Something is gonna stick, whether it's CBDCs or the digital dollars and currencies that are being launched, or supply chain tracking, or the NVIDIA and Intel partnerships with all the AI chips and the data tracking that all goes through Hedera. Like, it's only a matter of time, guys. And we need to just think in the future how things are going to run. When you go into a store like Aldi's in Europe, you walk into the grocery store and you have to give a digital ID or scan something to even go in the store. I think it's even in Whole Foods here in some of the stores where you scan something when you walk in, and your cart is like a smart cart. And every time you take an item, it puts it in your cart and charges you for it. So you don't even pay. You go in there, you put stuff in your cart, and then you bag it up and you leave, and it automatically registers all of it. So that stuff's all going to be done through blockchain in the future. So we need to think, what blockchain is that going to be run on? And in my opinion, I think a majority of it will be Hedera. If not, I don't know. It's going to be split up between, I don't know what the other public ledgers or public blockchains are besides Algorand, Stellar, the XRP ledger, Ethereum. I don't think that's even possible. I mean, Canton is for tokenized stocks, but that's not settlement. Like Canton, they're going to be using R3 Corda for settlement. Like they're Canton, the token represents governance and stuff on the chain. And even Swift, like people talking about, oh, they're not using the XRP ledger at all. They're using Chainlink and they're using, I don't even know, was it Aptos? No, they're trialing those for different parts. It's not settlement. The oracles they're using Chainlink for, which, yes, that's right. The XRP ledger is not an oracle. Chainlink is an oracle solution. So, yes, Swift will be using, I think, R3 and the XRP ledger for settlement, and potentially Chainlink for their oracles, and another party for like XDC or something. You know, that's how it's going to work in the future. And then Quant will be the glue to all of this. So Flare's the other one right now too that I think is so critically undervalued. Look at what Uphold just said right here. Flare smart accounts turn XRP-Fi into an integration rail. FSA enable XRPL initiated actions that execute on Flare so wallets and exchanges can integrate secure, streamlined yield access for XRP users inside the products they already used, denominated in an asset they already hold. So Uphold, Kraken, Coinbase, Bitstamp, Zamin Wallet, everybody now can build direct integration right into Flare for yield. So you open iTrust Capital in the future, you hold Flare, boom, you want to earn yield. They have the integration done through Flare and they take a little cut, but you're still earning yield that we weren't earning right now. And this is going to be so big, guys. They just upped the FXRP mintable to 170 million. So I minted another couple hundred and I'm waiting for the next vault to open up. So if you have your XRP sitting in a hardware wallet, you need to download the Bifrost wallet. That's what I use. I think it's the best. Yeah, okay, never mind. You can even do it with your ledger. You don't have to do that. You can come in with your ledger, you can connect, but you need Flare for gas when you do it. You mint your FXRP. Once you have that, you go to firelight.finance and you come in, stake XRP. You click all these signing your life away. And then they have there will be a new vault coming within the next week. This one was only 25 million XRP. The next one, I believe, is going to be 100 million. So it'll be 4 times the size. I got half of I got half of what I have in here. It filled up by the time I was able to move the rest of my XRP out into my Bifrost wallet. So I'll be adding to this. And then, guys, this is the stuff that we're going to be using for the next 20, 30 years, where our XRP is going to be sitting in this vault earning yield. I'm never touching this principal. I'm only going to sell the rewards and do stuff with those. And if XRP goes up to $50, $100, and I can get 100 coins a year, which is 10 grand, that would be incredible. So what do the math on that? If you get 5% a year, you want to make $10,000. You need to have what? $200,000 in there. So at $100 XRP, that's 2,000 coins. If you think it's going to $50, that's 4,000 coins. So you can kind of figure it out. So ideally, I want to get to 10,000 coins at $100, and there's $1 million paying me 4 or 5% a year. There's 40 or 50K. Boom, right out of Firelight. Never touching it. Phoenix DeFi Hub. They just redid the website. Looks awesome. And Stellar and DeFi is about to start to explode. And I am here early before that happens. And look at this. There's $2.4 million locked and only 25K in volume. So no one's using this shit, guys. So what do I do? I am in the faux Stellar pool. And way back in October 30th, they're both at 30 cents, trading 1-to-1. So typically when a bear market happens, this is going to bleed down 80% against Stellar. Well, right now we're at 13 cents. Stellar's at 15 cents. It's holding up beautifully. So you're not getting crushed to that. So I'm in the XLM faux pool right here. And every day I claim my rewards and buy Stronghold and Velo. And the ratio is 1.16. It's not going to get worse than like 1.2, 1.25. It's been holding phenomenally. So if I can get this thing up to $2,000 and it does 20x, it gets me to 40K and I'm making 30%, 25% a year on that, there's $10,000 right there per year. So that's my goal. I think, honestly, once I hit I'm almost to my Velo goal. Once I get there, I think I'm going to stop and I'm going to just start holding and just adding to this pool and just compounding all the rewards. Because I'm catching a falling knife when if I just compounded and compounded and compounded them, I would be able to buy more at the bottom. But this combined with Flare, combined with DOVU every day, getting back rewards, PTGC on Pulse Chain, A1A pays you every day. Like, guys, this is what crypto was made for. And this is the stuff I'm adding to while the prices are falling. Like, I'm not going to, goose buying one coin Zcash, but to go out and buy stuff on Pulse Chain right now, I just think that's way too risky. Like, look at what happened. Some asshole came in and market dumped 31 billion Pulse X. Look at that. And nuked it. He took so much slippage, but look, it's right back. So it's just, I'm holding these coins. I've been holding them since Sacrifice. They're all moon bags. But if you're just holding cores, man, it sucks. Like, holding Morph right now has been brutal. But that's all right. I want to support Brandon with Switch X and everything coming. It's going to be awesome. JASMY's almost back down to where I got in at 004. Will it go back down there? Maybe. but I've been slowly adding. I've added 35% to my JASMY bag since the carnage has happened. So honestly, like, I don't mind. It's frustrating, but I know in 2-3 years, this will have worked out better this way, being able to add more than if we kind of just pumped hard, everything went crazy, and then it gets to your head. Like, this was a great reset. All of the garbage is going to go away. And I think stuff that actually matters will have value. Exactly, bro. I consolidated all of my wrap Bitcoin, my Aave, my P-Link, all of those I put into PTGC, UFO, and the P Tiger. But that was a while back. But yeah, I agree. PTGC right now is looking so good. You can't go wrong just adding and adding and adding down here. We're not going to roll over another 40% down. I just don't think that's possible. I mean, it's crypto, but shit, we're not going down more than 20% from here. But yeah, I think P Quant is the only thing that I hold. I sold half my bag. And I'm just leaving 1,000 of them or something, or a couple thousand, whatever I have left. It's like $100 worth. And Neon and Alamo I still hold, but I'm at an A1A. That's like it. You know, A1A I gotta be down on at this point. But no, we bought it. No, that's not true. Actually, yeah, it is. Never mind. Holy shit, we're back down. Damn. That's all right. I don't mind. I'll take the L and hold it. We'll see what happens. But if the PRC narrative's dead, that's going to be brutal for A1A. So, man, yeah, I don't know. Might have to rethink that one and just put it into half of it into PTGC. And Goo's right. Well, how much is that even worth? Like $400 with 20,000 coins. Yeah, $400. Not even worth it at this point. Yep, Pulse Chain's a mess. KR and Pano said they're going to Solana now, but I'm still rocking the hat. Got to be loyal. Got to stay loyal to the calls. Ride that shit down to 0 if we need to. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see anything getting better for the near future. I'm just waiting on some bad news to come out of the Middle East, some crazy China news, Japan to raise rates. There's so many things that can just tip this and blow everything down. But all right, fam, I'm out of here. Smash that like button. Feel like I got to just come on here and give you guys the feeling it's all right. It's okay to be down. We are in a recession. They're covering up the jobs losses like crazy. Only 1 million slashed, no big deal. Like, how can you run a business and an economy when you're going off bad numbers? You know, everything's a joke. And the reset is here. This is a controlled demolition. And that's why I think gold and silver are probably still going to pump hard. But I think taking profits from those and putting them into these crypto lows in the long term, that'll be the move if you choose wisely. Smash that like button. If you need help, book a one-on-one at vibrafinance.com. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cat, we keep it clean. scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on a daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.